Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, Joe Burrow, Cincinnati. How's he been playing? Starting the season, NFL, some exotic looks, some great plays, some great scheme. The future is bright for Joe Burrow. Fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals off to a start of a young season, rookie year playing. I couldn't literally imagine playing my rookie year in the NFL. You're going to see all sorts of different things you've never seen. Even if you've been in the Big Ten and the SEC, there are just more exotic looks. And so we're going to see some splash plays here, some Joe Burrow being Joe Burrow, why the kind of future looks so bright for him, and why I'm excited about kind of the collaboration of some play calling elements, what Joe Burrow brings to the table, both kind of his pocket presence, his ability to make a play, some decision making, his accuracy down the field, all those things coupled together. Dare I say, the future might be bright in Cincinnati. Let's see what the film says. So the first play we're going to see here is Joe getting smacked, penalty. This is a naked little fullback slide or sneak or tight end, depending on what the personnel is. And this is just a lesson hard learned. Most people learn this pretty early, but I guess Joe hasn't. He believes in himself so much to be able to make a play here. Again, just naked to the field, not an easy one to the left. Just one of those kind of like cardinal sins as you go to work back across the field. And this has become more and more popular as guys are more and more athletic playing the position. When you come out here, you get a little naked, you got to come out, you got to be vertical enough to negotiate an unblocked defender. So if someone were to come or blitz off this, you are responsible for them as a quarterback. You need to get vertical enough to be able to handle that. So he does here. He puts the brakes on though, and you just have to be careful because everybody's going this way. We've got the slide or the sneak, probably some corner, probably an over from the backside, and just a simple concept. But when you go to work back this way, all these offensive linemen, they're doing what is normally called elephants on parade. Everybody's going this way. No one's coming back to help you block. No one anticipates you putting the brakes on and coming back here. And if you do come back here, I've seen this play, especially in the red zone, where maybe you throw it to the back just on a scramble type play. You've got to take a wide track, like you're going for a double. You can't cut second base and go straight to third here. And so, yes, it's a penalty. Yes, I don't necessarily know what being able to tackle a quarterback looks like. I do think he kind of launches himself here. But this, to me, is a little bit on Joe right here. You can't, if you're going to come back, you got to look at the right tackle. The play is over for him. He's chilling. Is that the right tackle? I mean, great play, just vision. This is what he does, making plays in the pocket like this to a certain extent. But on a naked keep type play, I think it's a lot harder to be able to just kind of put the brakes on here from 96. He's got you with the edge. He's got the contain. When you come back, you've got to go wide track. You can't go downhill at all. You go downhill at all, you're trying to look for that late there to the tight end. It's a great play. I mean, this is a ridiculously great throw. You know, if he goes a little lower and just tackles him, I think it's a safer hit, kind of launches himself, to me, in my opinion, to the head area. But my goodness, still an amazing play. Flick, just doing what he does, just a lesson hard learned there. Then these next ones, I mean, there are just some really special throws here. For me, we're going to get corner blitz down here to the bottom. Now, we talk about scheme here a little bit, but Joe Burrow negotiates it and finds exactly where the holes are. So again, we're going to get corner blitz down here to the bottom. There's people running wide open everywhere. Now, technically, I don't personally think you would be hot very often. To me, this is on the right tackle, and we'll talk about it from the back end. Very rarely would you be looking this way, but I'll pause it right before we snap it here. This is a lesson hard learned also playing quarterback in the NFL. Anytime there is a safety outside the hash to the boundary, so right here, outside the hash to the boundary with a press corner, you essentially have to be on high alert that you're going to get cat or cobra here, whatever you want to call it, corner blitz. Now, I will say that it's much rarer, in my opinion, to get it from a tight end side. Normally, this would be the open side, meaning that there would be just a tackle here. But they go tight end here. So right here, I think they end up getting verticals here, or maybe like usually when a corner blitzes, you get what's called a skippy, or just like hop off the line to just pick it up and flick it to them if you see it. But the problem is they're only really rushing 4. So they hit him with a little bit of what I'm going to call a creeper. So again, I think it's the defensive ends go inside, take the B gaps, and then we get the nickel up top coming, and we get the corner down here coming. So really, they're only rushing 4. There are holes everywhere. If he were to look down here, he would be able to rip this tight end seam easy. But this is absolutely where you want to attack this. For me, this is just a pattern recognition thing. So outside the hash with a press corner must be alert for a Cobra Cat. It's one of those universal rules in the league on Sundays. Now, you're not going to see it a whole lot. Again, I would never be thinking I'm going to see it versus a 2x2 with a attached tight end, but sure enough, they will. There's no rules against doing it. To me, I'd love to see the right tackle have his head on a swivel and take that hit off. But again, he's got enough pocket presence. He keeps 2 hands on the ball, dips his back shoulder, gets up the field, and makes a great play down the field. Like, this is a very special play. Yes, he should be hit. Yes, he should be probably sacked. But again, I'd love to see the right tackle when the defensive end goes inside. Right there, get your head on a swivel. They're obviously not looking for the corner cat either because they're only rushing 4. It should be blocked up. But again, look at Burrow's pocket mechanics here, technique. 2 hands on the ball, dip and rip, boom, extend, get outside, eyes, 2 hands on the ball, eyes downfield, corner, strike. Whew. That's nice. That's really nice. Next one down here is verse 0. This is a penalty. I'll draw it up before I play it. Again, you know you're going to get hit with 0 as a rookie quarterback. They got 6 at the line of scrimmage, 5 on the back end. Again, 0, usually inside leverage. Inside leverage. Look at that. I wasn't making it up in yesterday's video. I love this concept they run here. They're basically run an inside fade, which I'll talk about the route, and then a corner with 2 ends. Okay, everybody has these combinations. Really, everybody does, whether it's a hitch or a slant here. What I will say about this route, we'll watch it a few times. If he throws at the corner, it's a touchdown. If we get a good inside fade here, it's a touchdown. For me, he runs off, like looks to the right, and then kind of drifts into this thing. I would love him to get up, threaten like he's going to run post, and then run the go or fade, and then you get a lot more room out here. So I don't love this route by any means, but I do love how Burrow negotiates this, and we'll talk about it from the back end. The offensive line is sliding to the left. We've got a big duel right here by this right tackle. He's got to take the inside of 2, and we're going to get, you want the far runner being free, and that's exactly what happens, sort of. The right tackle is a little sloppy with the technique, but let's watch the route from the slot inside fade down here. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like he bows to the right for some reason. You got to go threaten that safety DB type to cross his face, and then you get a lot more room. Love the ball placement. Again, fortunate to get a penalty there. Again, how about peeping the corner up top? You think that would be a touchdown? Again, verse 0, those DBs are going to sit inside. Again, I just think you need a much better route from the inside fade down here. But the reason why this is in a Joe Burrow video is because I love that he gets it off verse 0. So again, one more time, pass pro-wise, because I know I got all those pass pro fans in the house. Joking, sort of. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go down here, and then we're on a big duel, what I'm used to calling a big duel. So he needs to pass set to be able to take the most dangerous of these 2. So really he doesn't get either, but he at least makes the guy who has to run the farthest run free. So watch the big duel is probably the most important part. There it is. Not a great pass set. Again, but he at least gets his hands on the right guy to not have a free runner in the B gap. And then Joe Burrow is able to get the ball off. A little fadeaway. I love this. This is playing quarterback in the league. I love it. Doesn't take the hit. Again, this is why I think those 8-sack games are an anomaly that will slowly start to fade away, because he can see and get the ball out of his hand on time like this. So halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell. Do me a favor. It helps the channel. If you enjoy the channel, do me a favor. Subscribe, bell, little things. I appreciate it. Now, this is a great 3rd and 6. We're going to get a stacked motion down here and run a little option. 2 in-breaking routes. Oh, boop. There it is. This is great scheme. Again, whatever's going on coverage-wise here, it looks like a variation of bracket, almost 2-man-ish. Look down here to the bottom. The reason that this route works so well is because both these guys go outside on the release, and then the outside receiver cuts underneath. Boom. Again, look at Joe Burrow's base. 1, 2, 3. All his cleats in the ground. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Delivers the ball. Someone right in his face. Again, I love this scheme, though. This is a great 2-man bracket beater. You're going to motion in. use it almost like a soft rub, moving pick. Again, look at the front. Odd, going to get a 5-0, 5-on-5, big on big. Got to get the ball out quickly. There it is. Left guard takes an L. Man, 93 is a big dude moving. But that's pretty wide open for a 3rd and 6 in the league over the middle of the field. Nice combination, offensive architecture there. Now we're in 2x2, and this is one of my favorite plays of the day. This is an exotic look now. This is 1st and 10. Man, see this defense now. This is a variation of what I'm going to call two trap or cloud, although they're not blitzing. They're just clouding. So this looks like middle of the field closed, right? Pretty simple, easy to read. They played a lot of middle field closed. Well, at the snap, he goes over the top. He clouds, rolls. We're into the hook curl, and now he's basically over the top. So what ends up happening here, so that's the first part of it. We get that cloud look. This is an exotic look. 1st and 10 in the league. You're not seeing a whole lot of this in the SEC or college football. Then, not only do they roll to cloud, but we've got what I'm used to calling a wrap in. So it's a little bit of a banana in. It's not a square in. And the reason you want to get in there and wrap around what I'm used to calling the flat defender as fast as you can. So he beats this flat defender by scheme. The thing I love here is we get some play action. And this defender right here holds down just enough, flips his hips to the inside, and the ball is right off of his ear. So first thing let's do, let's watch the shell move. There it is. Pretty exotic look. Next thing, let's watch the play action. 47, Joe Burrow's eyes from the backside. Again, watch that wrap in. Vroom, right around. Boom. Gets in there so fast, almost gets into the middle hook defender, 47. Now from the back end, let's watch 47. So he's going to be, you can see Burrow here, usually the pointing to the head is alert, 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 alert. They like what they got. Stay with it. Watch 47. He's going to come up with the play action fake. Then he's going to turn inside because Burrow's eyes, just that little, watch Burrow's eyes, just that little look to the left, right there, to hold it to the left, brings 47's hips inside. There it is to the wide side. And then the ball comes right off of his ear. This is playing quarterback at a high level anywhere, especially on Sundays. Rookie, okay, play action, look off, come back, rip, on time, accurate, over the middle of the field. I love it. There were a handful of anticipation throws that didn't make it into this film also. But man, he makes some throws like this and really special. This one obviously is really special on a number of different levels. Just Joe Burrow creating a play outside on the edge, just kind of silly. Get a little upset at the perimeter unit here for running out of bounds. Multiple guys running out of bounds, becoming ineligibles to touch the ball first. Frustrating on a number of different levels. But the reason why I really like this play, besides for just being silly at the end when he's spinning people around, is the pocket presence right here. So they're going to get a little stunt on the right side, a little ET. So the end goes first. Normally, right there where that flashes, that color in front of you, most quarterbacks would bail. So what I mean bail, I mean they're out of there, right? So we get this defensive end coming underneath. We get this defensive tackle coming out. Well, Joe Burrow comes here, instead of just bailing out of here, he just shuffles over. Then the tackle is able to go by, and he goes up in there. This is the pocket presence stuff, to me, of really polished guys that you just don't see anywhere very often. Again, over, up, two hands on the ball, dip and rip his shoulder. This is absolutely outstanding pocket mobility, agility, boom. And he's still got enough athleticism to do this at the end. I mean, that's crazy. I think we just talk about how silly it is for offensive players. Look at this offensive guy who ends up catching the ball. First of all, he's got the mailbox up, and he's covered right on the 50. Mailbox up, bro, it's covered. Okay, he keeps going. He doesn't get pushed out. He runs out of bounds. The guy above him runs out of bounds too. That foot is out of bounds. Foot out of bounds. All those side judges should have their hats thrown down to the ground. And then your quarterback makes a ridiculous play like that. There's the hat down on the ground behind us. And you do that. My goodness, that's frustrating playing quarterback. But man, great pocket mobility. This is on there because I've never seen this screen before. I love this screen. So this is basically everybody block except the tackles and the center, because there's a defensive line on you. I mean, this is, look at the defense here. This is 3rd and forever. They're playing Tampa 2 out of just like a picket fence look just because the depth is so deep. But watch the wide receivers and the uncovered linemen get out and block. This is a cool screen. Go. I mean, you got 5 blockers in front of you. I mean, that's a well-designed play. That's great execution. That dude's got some jets. Look at the linemen are loving it. Again, watch it from the back end. 2 uncovered guards are out. 1,000. Go. Okay. Lots of teams run this little angle screen like this. I've never seen it where the perimeter unit, the wide receivers, are in a bunch and blocking from tight splits. I mean, they're all blocked. Look at those blocks by 82 and 83. I mean, that's impressive. This is awesome. Nice cut. That's just a great, well-designed play on a bunch of different levels. I love it. Love it. And so that's kind of what I'm talking about when I say combination of what Burrow does with kind of design elements that you see sprinkled in. Then this is one of my concepts that I think is one of the 2020 concepts of the year here. Last year, everybody knows that Joe Burrow loves to throw inside fades. Everybody's like just thinking the inside fade was invented last year with LSU. So what's the next thing to come off inside fades? Inside fade comeback. There it is right there. Joe Burrow throws this thing with anticipation, even though he gets flushed. But again, the route to me is fade, comeback, beautiful. The next iteration of kind of the hottest route in the league, I think, right now. See it at a bunch of different levels. Boom. Again, really nice. Look at that anticipation throw element of it. Let's see when he lets it go. He's letting his hands have separated right there. Look at the wide receiver's not out of the comeback break yet. Hasn't started the comeback break yet. Ball's halfway in the air when he turns his head. A little low, but strike. Really nice. Love this design. Love this concept. You'll see this more and more in the league. Obviously, overtime wasn't great to watch. It's just a fan of football. Lots of sacks. Joe Burrow, but again, shuffle, shuffle. Again, keeps his eyes down the pocket. Beautiful. All his cleats in the ground. Strike. So, Joe Burrow, not everything was perfect by any means. Lots of sacks, but there were some great plays. And there's a lot of reason to be excited, both scheme-wise and obviously just what Joe Burrow brings to the table as far as playmaking ability, accuracy, timing. Lots of good stuff. I'm fired up to watch more and more Burrow. Thanks for making it to the end. I appreciate it. See you next time. Have a good one.